Okay, I apologize, the last recording cut me off, and I'm not sure what I had gotten through before it cut me off. So I'm going to show you kind of the finished product. You can take a look at this. A couple things I want to point out. This bottom portion is adding all of your outstanding deposits, so you don't necessarily need to use this because this adds these together to get the $348.33. So I obviously found that without doing this. And then same here, these two add the checks together. It just gives you an area to add them together, and then that gets plugged in here. So you don't necessarily need to use these bottom two things. Another thing that I don't think it captured in the last recording, the 27 cents right here, that's an adjustment because the check that I should use right here so you can see the difference. This is the count, this is what was recorded in your register, so that's what you wrote down. The register is yours. And this is what the bank said it was. And if you're trying to decide which one's right, it's most likely the bank because it's more electronic than yours. So you need to find the difference here. The difference between these two is 27 cents. So that means you didn't take out enough, so you still need to take out 27 more cents in your register. So that's why this is being subtracted right here. And you subtract it from that to get your new total, and you hope that these two line up, and lo and behold, they do. Okay, so that's reconciling when you're given the information. And then the last thing we're going to look at is reconciling when you're not given the information, but you're given your bank statement and your register. So this is more likely what would happen in the real world. You'd have your bank statement that they would send to you, and you'd be looking at your balance, and you notice the new balance is $2,704.88. And then you look through your register, what you've written down, and you notice that your final balance was $2,417.39, and those are not the same. So you need to reconcile it and see what's going on here, and see if you can get them to become the same. So let's look here. So first thing we're going to do is find the balance on our bank statement. So that's the ending balance, which was this number right here. So $2,704.88. Okay, now outstanding deposits. So those are deposits that haven't yet shown up on your bank statement. So I usually just compare. So if you look on here, we've got a deposit, and the rest are withdrawals or interest, right? Or checks. These are where your checks would be listed. So then I'm going to look at my register. So this is basically what you've typed in or written down. And here are debits, which is amount being subtracted. Here are credits, which are amounts being added. So since it's a deposit I'm looking at, I'm going to look in credit. I've got one here and one there in the amount of $2,405.38, which is exactly what I had here. Deposit for $2,405.38. And you might notice, since they're the same exact amount and they're coming from the same exact company, it's most likely their paycheck, right? So, we don't have any outstanding deposits. Every deposit that's listed on the bank statement is also listed in your register. So that's just going to be a 0. So my new total, well, nothing's changed. Okay, now total outstanding checks. So these are checks that you wrote but haven't cleared through the bank yet. So if you look here at your checks, I usually do it by looking at the check numbers. So I've got 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, and then it jumps over here, 99, 1100, 1102. So we're missing 1101. So we'll need to look for that. And then we've got 2, 3, 4, 6. So we skipped 1105. So we're also looking for check 1105. So to do that, I'm going to go to my bank statement, and this, I'm sorry, this had to continue on here, so that's why there's some listed over here. This is the end of the month. Okay, so numbers, those are your check numbers. So I'm gonna look down here, or it tells you what was happening in deposit. I'm looking for 1101 and 1105. Here's 1101 and here's 1105. So I did write those checks. They just haven't cleared yet. So maybe radio hasn't sent it in yet or something like that. Now there will be times where it doesn't show up on either because maybe you voided a check, so then that check just like disappears into thin air. So that wouldn't be considered an outstanding check. It's just, it was a voided check, it never got written. So you may have a gap and it's not outstanding. But a lot of times when you have a gap, it is outstanding. So I need to write these in, 1101 and 1105. So I'm gonna add these in down here. So I've got 1101 and 1105. And I'll do the addition and then put it here. So they already wrote the amounts for me, how convenient. But the dates, 1101 was written on 9/10, 1105 was written on 9/20. 9/20. And these are the amounts they were written in. If you look here, it was $190.35, $87.68. Okay, so we got those here. Now we can add these together. So 190.35 plus 87.68 is going to give us $278.03. So that's going to be the total for my outstanding checks. Now, outstanding checks are going to come out of your bank statement eventually, so we're going to subtract them. It also tells you to subtract them. But then if I subtract this from my new total, which was $2,704.88, then I'm going to get $2,426.85. Alright, so that's what the total should be when all is accounted for. So I'm hoping that this total ends up becoming the same thing once I reconcile. So let's look at my register. The amount shown at the end of the month for my register was this $2,417.39. Okay, so now I need to see if there are any service charges that I wouldn't have written down because I wouldn't have known. So I'm going to look at my bank statement to see if there are any service charges. Withdrawals, interest, checks. Nope, no service charges. Woohoo! So that's zero. So that's still $2,417.39. If there had been something, you would have subtracted it. Now, any adjustments. So I'm going to look for any interest because I wouldn't have written down interest, but it will show up in my account on my bank statement. So on the bank statement, there was interest earned right here for $9.46. So I've got $9.46. Now, interest is money being added to your account, so we're going to add that in. And then if these don't come out to be the same amounts, then we can take a look and see if there are any checks that were written backwards. But when I add these two together, I get, let's see, $2,426.85. Hey, same amount. Okay, and that was the goal. So now I know that once everything is taken care of, like once deposits and checks clear, and once I take into account my service charges and interest, everything's going to be exactly the same. So there's no money missing that I wasn't aware of. And this is often how you can catch theft in your account too. And that's how you would reconcile an account. And that takes us to the end of Chapter 4. So good luck on your homework. If you need any help or have any questions, please feel free to reach out.